Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and our Simple Abundance year with Sarah Von Bronick's book, Simple Abundance. I hope that your March is off to a great start. We have a kitty outside the door who's not happy that I'm not letting her inside for this video, so she's trying to make her mark on the video. I can hear it already. So I wanted to talk about two things. Today is March 4th, 2020. And in today's entry, she's talking to us about priming the pump for inspiration. So remember yesterday we talked about having a personal Sabbath. And in today's entry, she's talking a bit about what she does to sort of get herself in the frame of mind for being inspired. And in her case, she's a writer, but for us regular people, I guess, maybe we just need to be inspired to be thinking about the creative excursions we want to go on and what some of our dreams are that we're hoping to still accomplish and move towards, right? So she describes this time for herself as sort of a ritual, if you will, because she talks about how she uses the same mug and puts the same music on, and she sort of has these things that she goes on that almost like it's like her brain and body and everything just probably react to those same things. So it's a good relaxing exercise. And she talks a little bit about using her illustrated discovery journal. So I wonder if you're doing that. It's a fun little tool. And the other thing I wanted to talk about today is affirmations, because you might remember when I went through the March Joyful Simplicities at the end of March in the book, that she encourages us to write down our favorite affirmations and then read them as we're recording them on something, and then listen back to our own voice saying those affirmations. So what is an affirmation? Hopefully you're familiar with the term, but I would say that an affirmation is either words or thoughts that you're using that are affirming, right? Affirming something. And typically these are things that you're wanting or hoping to aspire to, or that you're hoping to see, right, in your life. So I want to tell you my perspective on affirmations, which may be different, or actually I know is different than some schools of thought. So in my perspective, I personally don't subscribe to the belief that if I have a deeply rooted thought or belief about something, that me waking up and saying a statement to the opposite effect is going to fix that. I think there are a lot of teachers out there that try to tell you that, but I've mentioned Abraham Hicks a few times. Sorry, not sorry. Actually, I hope you've looked into that since I've mentioned it a few times, but I am also on the same wavelength with that perspective of affirmations, which are that if I have something that I want to change or that I'm aspiring for, and I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum, like say, this is just a huge example, but, and it's not even one of my things, but like say I wanted to be a millionaire, if you just all of a sudden started saying as an affirmation, I am a millionaire, and maybe you only have $1 to your name, there's too much of a gap, and it's about closing the gap. And how do we close the gap? And my take on it is just like what Abraham Hicks tells us too, is that you find the best thought that you can think about that particular thing, and you just reach for better and better feeling thoughts so that you're raising your vibration and the momentum towards that thing. So just like that extreme of the millionaire thing, it's probably not going to happen overnight, right? And you're going to have that thought in your mind as you're saying that thing. I'm going to actually take you through some of my affirmations today, and I'll explain how what I do is my affirmations are things that I can really get behind. And they're the best thoughts that I can say and believe right now. And if I feel like one of them is beyond where I'm at, then I take it out or I try to remold it. And I'll give you an example as I go through them. So I like Sarah's suggestion of recording the affirmations and saying them back to yourself, because that is pretty powerful to hear your own words, right? I did something a little different that I'm going to share with you. This is my little creative project. I have a couple of different decks like this, if you want to call them that. They're sort of like little affirmation decks that I used markers and stickers and glitter and crayons and fun things like that to create. And I have them going in a certain order as well. And so this one I'm going to share with you today is one that is just like a positive, great way to start the day sort of deck. And then I have another one for my relationship area of my life, and then another one for my work and career area of my life. And I could probably have others as well, but this is where I'm at right now. And so I read them, and like I said, it raises up my positivity. And I think Annabelle is chiming in with her own affirmations and saying, well, how come I'm not allowed in there? I want to say my affirmations. Meow, 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 meow. Okay, so this first one is, some of these are from Louise Hay, I'll just say, and I know this one is Louise Hay. And you might have seen this actually in my planner when I showed you my planner at the beginning of the year. It's just simply love, peace, joy, love, peace, joy. All is well, all is well. And this is so calming to me. I love sort of setting the stage for my affirmation practice with that. I'm so accustomed to it that, like, even when I just said it, it's like, not unlike what Sarah said about her little ritual of getting into the inspiration mode and putting on the music and the things that she does. That is just like, when I say that one, I just kind of know this is like my affirmation time. The next one is, everything is always working out for me. That might sound like a really big statement, and you might not be ready to say that. And I have my struggles, and there are days that I question this. But overall, like I said to you in that other video too about success stories and things that have worked out for me, ultimately I do believe that. That is not one that I stumble over. If I'm in a bad place, I'm typically not doing any of my affirmations, so I don't have to worry too much about pulling that one in and out, but I do really believe that at my core. I love this next one. I am the star of my life. And I even used stars and put star in yellow. I love life, and life loves me. I am ready to receive all the blessings coming to me. I love butterflies. Love is everywhere, and I am loving and lovable. This is the one that I was saying that I was going to elaborate on. It is simply, I now begin to accept myself exactly as I am. And the thing is with that, if I had to say I truly accept myself as I am, and later in this month, in a couple of days, she has an entry about that, and I am not there. I can genuinely not say that I fully accept myself right now. But I can say I now begin to accept myself exactly as I am. So that's a closing the gap statement. So that's something that I can say and I can believe, and even if every day I start again from zero on that, because that's a tough one for me, I can say that. So see what I'm saying about going from one end of the spectrum to the other? That's not a full spectrum question. That's like a jumping off point statement. I am radiant, strong, and beautiful, and I enjoy a passionate and healthy life. More butterflies. I approve of myself. I can say that even if I have trouble accepting myself. I do approve of myself. I love you, Annabelle. I look forward to this day with love and peace and joy and anticipation of abundant good in every area. Amen, right? I trust in the process of life. That's not unlike everything is always working out for me, right? I am divinely protected and guided, and my way is made smooth and easy. Most of these are Louise Hay statements from books and other affirmation decks that she's created, and also from some of her meditations, her verbal meditations. That which I need to know is revealed to me, and whatever I need comes to me. I know that my future is beautiful and bountiful. I love that. And then finally, this is the perfect tie-up to wrap up from start to finish here. All is well in my world. So what do you think? You think you could make an affirmation deck? I hope that you will at least write your affirmations down, and that you will make it a point to really sit with them and feel what feels good and what you're ready to say and what you may need to close the gap more with. I will say also too, there's another tool that Abraham Hicks has in relation to affirmations or statements or changing things. It's called a focus wheel. And what you do is you make a circle and you put the thing that you would like to have, be, think, whatever it is, in the middle of it. If you think about like what you're trying to manifest. Because a lot of times affirmations are not only about raising our vibration, but they are hopefully about manifesting ultimately. So you put that thing in the center of the circle, and then you make little like spokes coming out of it, or like sun rays if you think about it. And then on each little spoke, you're writing something that gets you closer and closer to that statement. And she uses the analogy of a merry-go-round, like when you're little and you're on the merry-go-round, and if it's spinning really fast and you're trying to jump on, sometimes you can try to jump and then you're off in the bushes because you just weren't up to speed with it, right? You have to get running and like get up to the same vibration of it, if that's how you would connect it to an energetic or manifestation way of saying it. And I'm so sorry about the cat in the background. Next time I won't videotape in here, where I don't let her in this room. Because I'm actually allergic to cats, believe it or not. But I've had cats all my life, but I just don't allow her in the bedroom here where I sleep. So anyway, back to the merry-go-round. So you have to get up to speed with these things, right? So again, that's another way of saying like you're going to close the gap. You're going to change your vibration and get up to the speed with the things that you want. So this focus wheel activity is you writing down things that get you closer. So say in the middle of your statement was the statement of like, I fully accept myself, and you're not ready to say that. Well, so maybe one of your statements is that one. I now begin to accept myself exactly as I am. Other people accept me. My friends love me. So I didn't prepare to come up with all the statements. So on the spot, I can't think of all of them right now. But that's just an example of what you're doing is you're coming up with statements that take you along the way and sort of like get you up to speed with that merry-go-round and that thing that you're hoping to get on board with. I don't know if I explained that it's really clearly. Hopefully some of that made sense, but I just wanted to share my thoughts on affirmations, which are it's slightly different than other schools of thought, where they might tell you that you can get up every day and tell yourself that you're amazing or something like that, and maybe you don't feel that way. So for me, if I try to go too far, then it is like I'm off in the bushes, and it's not doing me any good to say something and then have all the voices in my head say the opposite. So I've got to ease myself into it with some of these things that are good and help to raise my vibration and get me there. And one last thing that I was going to say, I've totally forgotten now. In any case, I hope that in the comments you will share your favorite affirmation and maybe a way that you honor your affirmations. Oh, that's what I was going to say, is that sometimes maybe this card deck idea doesn't really resonate with you, but sometimes what I've done with my affirmations is I've put them like on sticky notes on my mirror, or like in a drawer that I go into a lot, or a cool place that I found too is like right where light switches are, because a lot of times you're looking right there, and so it's something that you see when you're turning on the light in a room. So let me know what you think. Sorry again about the cat interference. I think she was just wanting to participate and wanting to share her affirmations today, which are: I love to watch the birds, I love to sleep, I love to eat my food, I love to snuggle. I don't know. Someday I'm going to come back as a house cat in another life, I think. She's got a good life, my cat. I could deal with that. Hope all is well. I hope you enjoyed this talk about affirmations, and that you will share your favorite and also some of the things that you may do to just set the stage for inspiration and meditation. I used to have a much better practice at night when I was going to bed, that I would put on music and I would do a bit more in my bedroom, and now I don't really do that. So there are definitely ways that I can try to get into more of a ritualistic sort of thing to train my body, mind, and soul that this is the time for relaxation and inspiration and Carolyn time. Hope you're doing some of that. Have a great night, and I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.